like go. I think I'm leaning slightly towards Mousesports, but it's so hard to say, which is good. As you say, we'll let the action do the talking for us in that sense, and Immortals will be with 2 grenade men, which is awesome to see, and that's a quick push hit there from Nico. He's going to spot everything, and this is a big problem because now Mousesports are already going to be going for the rotation, the boost around the back here. However, the bomb looks like it's sure. No, the bomb's gone down in the smoke. That could be really awkward, but Phelps will collect it.
Henny with a nasty surprise there for Dennis. Gets the range now with the USP as well. 2 flashes onto Steel. Nico, he sees a gun and he finds a face. That's enough for him. All of a sudden, Henny's on his own. You hear the screams from Mousesports. They were supercharged before the match started, and it continues with a lovely retake of the A bomb sites.
Yeah, and it already started from, I think it was Nico actually, who pushed, it didn't even really push, he just shouldered into A main, and he saw like 3 or 4 guys, and so that was just that early warning system that allowed Mousesports to have a lot of additional time before Immortals could get the bomb down, could get set up, and even then, the bomb going down, it's like, then everything's cool, the Immortals guys can just, take some post-plant positions, but it went down, so they couldn't do that too quickly.
I think I made a mistake actually when I was talking about a tweet in the previous match. I think it was Dennis on Mousesports who said it was literally do or die. Maybe ELEAGUE can find that tweet and show me if I'm correct or not. But yeah, it seems that Mousesports might be feeling the pressure in this match. Good start for them though. Both these teams are 2-1, so there will be no elimination in this. But one will go 2-2. ChrisJ with he got 2 for 1. Speaking of 2 for 1. That's a great way to have start an anti-eco round. Lucas and Bolts remain. Now it's their turn to pick up the Scout. The Scout, that made ChrisJ famous in the first place. Could it be the enemy? Now, maybe not. Lucas doesn't look good for this. Triple peak comes in almost. Mousesports prevail again.
And see ya. Very, very sexy stuff.
Nice.
From ChrisJ straight away.
Sexy football, rootle it, etc. So there's a tweet from Lowell, and there is Lowell. Nice, look at that coordination from production. That's awesome.
They only need 1 victory indeed. If you skip the analyst segments just because you don't like listening to the analyst guys and you just look at the games, then indeed this is a match which will have the winner qualifying to play as a challenger team in the next major in January of 2017. Now, all AKs for Immortals. Couple grenades. They're going to go straight for the A play, but Nico, with his just so typical, quintessential door play, is just foiling this plan.
Yeah, that's a shutdown so far for Immortals. Phelps in a strong position, but Spiddy's waiting for this. He's looking for it, and Phelps may look the wrong way. He may get taken out for free. Indeed, he will. MP7, no less. Bonus money also for Spiddy. Immortals, 2 players left. They don't have the bomb. ChrisJ's in the back. And their time is limited.
And that's enough there for ChrisJ, just to hold down the back.
Or is it?
Because they can't really get into the bomb site. The bomb, I mean, they have to go get the bomb. It's so open, there's no grenades for them. They have no health. So as long as ChrisJ doesn't push and die, they have no escape. There's just nothing for them to do. A smoke comes in to make it even more impossible to collect the bomb. So again, they can just... The ideal thing here is just for ChrisJ to wait out there and just allow Immortals, if they want to wait, allow them to wait, kill them after time. But Immortals will want to avoid that situation, so eventually they're just going to have to move. And it should be easy for Mousesports to clean this up.
I think there might have been an opportunity for him to get that bomb in the smoke, actually. Maybe it would have exposed them. Headshot comes in from Lucas with all of 5 HP. He needs to be perfect. Stereo frags, though, coming in from Mousesports to finally clean up the end of that round. Look good for ages. Immortals, though, he got 2 kills out of nowhere. ChrisJ, he made his way into main, but he couldn't see the player boosted. Had no idea where he was getting shot from. Just chose to back off, play it safe. Still became dangerous, but ultimately, it's Mousesports with the clean sheet.
It's definitely a good start for them. And I've always felt like Mousesports are one of the teams that how they look when they have a bad economy is just kind of out of proportion as to how they look when they have a good start. Like, I feel like they're not as good as some teams at managing their economy when they're in spots where they have to make marginal buys and all this kind of stuff and get off to a bad start. So it's always very nice to see Mousesports with a good start for them, and I'm sure for their fans as well. But Immortals can never count them out in any situation. There's so much skill on this team. And maybe they can get a couple of frags here with the Deagles. They've got 2 Deagles, Tech 9. No grenades, but if they spot ahead here, perhaps there can be a frag. But Chris J making life somewhat difficult there towards B Storage. Just denying any fragging scenarios, it seems. And all will be well for Mousesports.
These are great rounds for Mousesports in terms of building that economy. Well, would have been. Actually, they did a few plays in the last round as well, so it could be a lot better for Mousesports on reflection. But could barely be better in terms of score. 4-0 now. Immortals coming back on the bye, and they really want Henny on that AWP, and indeed he is. But at what cost? He's got no Kevlar. Christian AWP as well. Let's have a look and see if Immortals can right the ship before it starts to sink. No forwards. Well, Lucas had a super forward spawn, interestingly. In some other teams, you would see the AWP thrown to him, so we could try and pick off somebody moving towards the white box on short, but there is no such play early from Mousesports at the very least. Dennis moves there after the smoke goes down. So they know what power Henny has, and they will respect that for the time being.
Oh, that is nice. Little double nades there. It's rare that you see that just straight up make the kill. So, early advantage for Mousesports. That is such a relief for them. Again, going into this 5th round and starting off on the CT side with already killing a man. And Immortals are trying to play the picks. This might end up being an even slower round now because Immortals, they're going to really feel very pressured to get a pick here before they make a move. They don't want to play at a 4 versus 5 if they can avoid it. But that might be all that they're available to do because Mousesports are starting to play much more passively. There's only really Dennis who's poking into mid every so often by white box. And Chris J obviously on an angle, trying to play it fairly safe.
I want to give a shout out to Existence because you saw Lucas throwing the Molotov into the vent through the smoke. Existence, watching Titan demos back in the day, had full grenade executes behind the smoke in the middle area. It's nuts. So Chris J tagged. But that's not enough for Immortals. They're a man down, and they are down on time as well. Dennis with the forward position towards A. Mousesports have the information. We've got a rotation, Gravity bringing the CTs down towards B. Will they get there in time, though? Lowell and a teammate on the site. They've got the counter flashes. They've got the Molotovs as well. If they get smokes on front of the site, it'll be even worse for the Ts. Finally, the charge comes in. There's still no frags from Immortals. Down goes Steel. Spiddy's still holding angles. Lucas heavily tagged. So is Chris J, though. Things could spin around, but now Spalt's alone versus 3. 12 seconds, he can't plant the bomb. This is surely going to go the way of Mousesports.
And I think what we just saw here as well was one of the weaknesses that you see of the Immortals team. They're not the most strategical or tactical team. And that double nade pick at the start of the round, that set Immortals back. It put them in a spot where they needed to be able to take map control in middle, like with the team. And then to decide to like build out of that with, in other tactical plays around the map to try to open up an option towards A or towards B that they could then play off of that mid-control with. But again, Immortals are a team that they favor playing the picking style, even in spots where it's really not that optimal. And you can see that they put themselves in a spot where they had almost no time to go to the B1 site because Mousesports played it smart. They didn't give Immortals a chance to play the picks, which is very important to understand when you're playing against Immortals, I feel.
Yeah, definitely respecting their opponents. And we see attention to detail, not moving towards short A until the smoke is down in the middle area. Just not gonna. They're making less errors than Yanko enjoys watching them for. Historically, Immortals still on the big fat 0, and he's left himself money to buy the AWP in a coming round. Nicely timed smoke from Nico. That will be a problem for these teasers. They're going to charge straight through it. The flashbang's down, but their support is there. There's a crossfire spray coming in. Nico cleaning up Lowell as well. Lucas is the last man standing. He's going to wait for a CT to overextend, but they have the bomb. They have no need to push forward.
This is a really lovely start from Mousesports so far. And again, I will be looking to see whether they can continue to play it optimally. They definitely got a little bit fortunate that their double nade was completely spot on and just nailed Phelps straight away in the second proper buy round of Immortals. They may not get so lucky in the next one, so that's where I'm going to really be looking to see how Mousesports will play the decisions to try to get the advantages and play against the style of Immortals. But Lucas, he's trying to do some extra damage. He is overall denied more than 1 kill. And Mousesports, they're going to be so happy with that anyway. I mean, they've got some good bank behind them, average $6,500 perhaps, or 6K roundabouts for the entire team. They're in a really good spot. But now this is the interesting one. Imagine if Immortals lose this. That could be an 8-0 start.
It could be. But on the plus side, you know, we saw issues on Cash earlier with NIP, but on the plus side, either team who loses this will be 2 for 2. This is not an elimination match, but it is a match to qualify for the major, and Mousesports are really supercharged. Chris J spotting some players, or spotting a player perhaps. He was waiting for the flashbang to come in, but Bolts, no, it was a trap, just a smoke.
That's crazy, isn't it? And now this is an interesting thing, because we get to see now the first time that Mousesports have had a disadvantage really early on. And also, we have to see how Immortals can play the advantage that they have. They've already got that pick. They don't need another one necessarily. A lot of teams would just try to set up the attack on a bomb site at this point, or try to get some additional map control. And another frag comes in. Mousesports take a risk. Immortals are playing it slow. Doesn't go their way. It should be easy for Immortals to close this down now with just attacking a bomb site altogether.
1 minute on the clock with which to do it. Phelps facing the wall in case a pop flash comes in. He has a teammate in for support. They see Henny, but he can't get the kill onto Nico. The single scope, not going to be easy to pick that head. Indeed, Henny will get the kill. Sorry, Nico will get the kill there. Steal picked off as well. Maybe they've waited too long. Nico in position on high ground, but oh, he moves away. That might be a problem. Phelps making his way onto the side. Still got Lucas holding angle, but that's dirty from Nico. Maybe sensing a flank, takes it down immediately. 5 versus 3, and now it's 3 versus 2.
It's getting really awkward now. Immortals have really fluffed their coordination into the site with the numbers advantage. Kind of peeking one by one, giving a chance to come back into this one. Nico's going to hit the gun there, but Spinny's going to be the one to get both kills. That is a round that Immortals should never be losing. They go 5 versus 3, and then they're peeking one by one into the A bomb site, and just getting picked off there. That's not how you want to do this. I mean, there's just so many ways to play that better for Immortals. And sure, you don't expect them to be one of the teams that are like very, very amazing from like a coordination and strategy tactical perspective, but that's a basic error that's cost them massively. And they do have another buy here, but it's not nearly as good as the last round.
With a play like that, you have to wonder if they're feeling the pressure of the occasion. So close to qualifying for the major. Some people feel like they should have qualified before. But here they are. And now you've got those long smokes coming in. It's a long rotation if you force behind it. But they're going to have Steel offering what could be a fake. No lurkers towards B though. Lowell playing his hand slowly. Only good for the one frag, but he's got info for his team. Will it be enough? Steel running out of bullets, taken down by the Deagle. One player left, that's Henny. He's got the bomb, but he's against 4.
Mousesports are in very good spirits. You can probably hear them cheering through our microphones. They are right next to us as well. They are definitely feeling amazing at the moment. And again, we've seen some good play from Mousesports. They haven't had to make any hard decisions, but they've been playing the basics quite well, to be honest. And it's Immortals who've had, because Immortals are in much more of a volatile situation, as we saw that they get that 5 versus 3, and that's a round that they should be winning. And so to see a mistake made there, and for that to mean 8-0 for Mousesports, does that mistake compound itself? Will Immortals make more mistakes now?
Speaking of mistakes, Mousesports very excited, but look how forward Chris J spawn is. He has probably the best spawn you can get on the CT side. Bearing in mind Immortals are on the eco now, you have to wonder, if Mousesports are expecting a buy, then maybe Chris J goes for an aggressive play here. If they have the read that it's an eco round from Mousesports, then you would expect him to go for a more passive play and use that range. But he's going for the forward play, and he's very ahead of his teammate towards B. Unfortunately for him, it's only Bolts towards B bomb site, and he's taken down immediately.
That's the scary thing with Chris J. I think you highlighted that quite well, because he's probably going for that peak regardless of what the opposing team has. It's as an AWPer, if you get a really good spawn, you kind of don't want to waste it. It feels like a crime. It feels like a crime to waste the spawn. But we're going to have that 5 versus 4. Chris J was successful. Nice incendiary. That's going to make it a little bit harder for Steel to do anything for the time being. And Slow's going to have tabs on middle as well. He's going to spot everybody going through. He's going to call to his teammates. Okay, short is open right now. And Chris J and Nico are in position to deal with it.
3 players left for Immortals. Chris J will not be deterred by that smoke. Low with a great hold. Goes straight to the box as well, the safer option, just to avoid going down. Keeping an eye on the CT economy. No need to die for no reason. 9-0 for Immortals, the cleanest of sheets.
Mousesports are playing great right now. It's good to see. Immortals, again, it's a buy round, and a lot of their buy rounds come down to their ability to get that opening pick. They often are able to take map control more based on that, or develop plays more based on that, as opposed to their use of coordination and utility most of the time. So here we go. Lucas will try to get himself a quick pop flash there to deny any early aggression into the warehouse in middle. And immediately, once again, lure straight into the vents. There's actually 3 players towards B at the start of this round for Mousesports.
Chris J finds himself a gap. We'll see if anybody walks into it. Bolt's holding a passive angle outside B for the time being, letting his team do the rest of the work. You don't always want to be facing in various angles at the same time on the T side. Low will be forced from his position. That was an issue that Jacob always had to face when he was playing CT for FaZe, but always did a good job of escaping into checkers without being taken down by Lurker outside B, as Immortals just had. No kills for Immortals yet. Minutes on the clock. The bomb's still in T warehouse for the time being. Nico takes Henny in the middle of nowhere, and no one's in position to respond still. Makes his way towards quad, but he's going to get wrecked as well. One by one, they face Nico. One by one, they go down.
Yeah, just finding all those beautiful angles, just knowing exactly what to do in the Matrix is Nico, as often he ever is. And now, we do have a forward position here for Phelps. He's got himself in checkers. Flash has come in, though, from the CTs. Chris J now, he might be offered up some frags. Indeed. Lucas is served up. Chris J will gobble him up. And now it's just be Bolts looking for the trade kill, but he's got so much to deal with right now. Chris J pulls out the pistol, and that's going to be good enough to deal with Bolts. 10-0. Mousesports looking fantastic, and Immortals are in a spot where maybe they don't even know what to do anymore.
There is mad testosterone on the Mousesports table right now.
Yes.
Immortals, again, if they lose this, they're not done. But they don't want to lose this.
No,
they have 2 chances to qualify, but you always want to qualify on your first. Mousesports, they want this badly. You've seen the tweets. And they're playing well. They're playing very well at present. Immortals not out of it just yet. This time, Chris J isn't going to get the pick. What can Bolts do to capitalize, though? He may not expect Speedy underneath the vents.
And the interesting thing here as well, again, is that Immortals don't have a great buy. There's an AWP on the floor there that can be collected by Bolts, but they don't have almost any utility. Speedy there, will he get taken down? No, Dennis comes in with the pop flash. Beautiful hole here towards B. Bolts try to make the individual play. Phelps try to help him out, but Mousesports had a very nice setup. They had 3 players to respond to that, despite going down a man early on into the round. Yeah, that's actually nuts.
Immortals know there are 3 towards B. They need to capitalize on this. They've got a player towards Squeaky, 1 main and 1 in mid, but they're not splitting the A site. They know there are 3 players towards B, but they're giving the CT time to rotate, and it's not going to work. Lucas alone in the middle area. The numbers game not working out for him, and now the numbers of Immortals running down. They still haven't got a bomb planted just yet. Steel has to make great individual play, and he will. 2 kills for him. Just the tiniest of gaps in that Molotov only starts to hurt him after the bomb goes down. 2 versus 2.
Galil to save the day from Steel. He's down to 16. No! And that's going to be him done. Henny against Spiddy and Lowell gets caught in the side. Another round to Mousesports. And you can just hear them screaming right now. They're in this mood where they want to win in a way where they just completely crush Immortals. They want the 16-0 so badly, and they believe it.
Give no edges. Take everything. Pillage.
Conan, what is best in life? I don't think you know the... Yeah, you don't know. Do you know the...
You know it.
The response? I know it's... But yeah, stud is...
You're not going to say it then?
I know.
It's a bit risky. Moving swiftly on.
Let's do that.
Thank you, though, for taking us on that journey. Moving swiftly on. Mousesports with 11 rounds to the 0 of Immortals. Oh, boy. 2-1-2 set up from the Mousesports side. I feel like at this point, if Mousesports give up 1 round in this half, they're going to be pissed.
So 2 players by door. You know, typically the only reason to do this is if you intend to hit the A bomb site, because otherwise, you know, playing 2 players from that position doesn't really make sense from a harassment perspective. So Immortals, they've got deep presence actually towards Checkers, and there are actually 3 players here towards B, and that is something that Mousesports have been very quick to do. And we can see the push comes in. It's Dennis, though, and Nico, who are holding it down at the moment. Steel survives. He's got the bomb as well, and that can be planted there on the A bomb site. But he's alone. And he's got 26 HP. If they toss nades in there, he's in a lot of trouble. Ball's going to hold down middle. Gets it with the spray down. Chris J falls, as does Lowell, leaving Nico. 1 versus 3 for the clutch. Nico absolutely nails bolts, but there's still 2 more players to go.
If he realizes that one player's on the rotation and he can try to charge into the side, that smoke's going to be a huge problem, though. That smoke's going to buy time for Lucas to come in. He's coming in from mid. Lucas got to keep pressing, otherwise... Oh, that flashbang is perfect! Down goes Lucas. He just needs 1 bullet from the Deagle, but he's got the AK now. Will he see the shadow skill? He will! Through the corner of the wall. They will not give up any rounds, Mousesports. 12-0.
I've never seen them this animated and this loud. Like, every single player screaming. That's a beautiful thing.
Ah, you got to... That flashbang is a stroke of luck, but Steel's position, he's too close to the corner, to the left of Nico, and, well, he's showing for one. I guess he thought Nico was coming around the side, so it was a great play by Nico to go on the high ground. But also your shadow shows if you go too close to that angle. No shadow required, though. Nico just too strong.
Too strong.
Phelps hasn't got a single kill. Henny's got 1 kill.
Well, it's a really tall order. This is even worse than the domination we saw for NIP versus Vegas Squadron earlier. Mousesports are just tearing it up right now. That's the thing, like, Mousesports have a lot of clutch potential, but they've not been put in that spot very often. Every time they have, they've come up aces.
That to flash the guy in mid is ridiculous. 2 men peeking. Lucas not prepared for that one, especially if you pop flash into mid. Getting the person around the corner from under the boost is always the most difficult task. I'm saying nothing in B, I think, on the Mousesports side, but indeed, there are 3 players heading towards B. Speedy Nico taking down elsewhere, that might pull a rotation.
Okay, now this looks like a great round here for Immortals. They've got everything lined up for them. And he's going to take down Chris J, Dennis and Lowell. It falls on them. Dennis will actually be able to bully his way through the vents into Checkers. Steel gets caught out by Lowell. There's a chance here now, 1 versus 2 for Lowell. Can he get into position out of this choke point in time? Just barely. Spots Phelps. Phelps goes down. Doesn't do much damage. Lowell now, he's on for this one. Henny with the AK has the advantage. But can he make this work? 14 bullets. That's all Lowell has to work with. Can he find Henny? Flick comes in. Henny claims the round. The first round for Immortals. But still it's 12-1. It is still 12-1.
Almost a familiar story, minus the elimination stakes. That is a swag lord if ever I saw one. Anime, am I Super Saiyan then? Is that what he's saying? Is that how?
No, you just look like a ridiculous character out of an anime. I think that's the.
You know, Japanese Yakuza bosses often wear Hello Kitty tracksuit outfits because they're so swag. They can wear whatever they like. That's a true story. Henny going for that peek that we spoke about earlier, but again, the Mousesports do not cross until that smoke grenade goes down.
So Mousesports now with a more passive setup towards B, and they're not really playing the vents, less mid presence. And one of the reasons is because they don't want to go too close. They know the buy is not too optimal here for Immortals. Already taking down Lucas, who had a mid deagle. And now Mousesports are just able to play off this 5 versus 4. Dennis with great info here. This is fantastic for Mousesports. They know now that no one's in A main just yet. I think he might have spotted somebody. Yeah, I believe Henny was spotted there. So this limits the options. This kind of forces Immortals to go B with that position that's forward on A main.
3 members remain for Immortals. Can you imagine if they get reset on the economy? Insult to injury.
I really can't.
They're all in mid. They've picked off 1 mid player, but there are 2 Mousesports players per site. They can bide their time, keep a rough angle to see if anybody is going over towards CT connector. Other than that, Immortals, they are left to play for picks, essentially. You hear the one shot from the Mousesports, or at least we can. They're coordinating between short and A main. They're not giving up the angles that Henny's looking for. That's a rare miss from Chris J. Perhaps some opportunity for Immortals. Still 2 on the A side, make it 1. Dennis picked off. Nico spots 1 on highway. I bet he'll get taken down. Speedy with lots to do.
Yeah, the timing not working out well for Mousesports in this occasion. Oh, wow. Spitty able to get the frag there, though, killing Bolts. And now he's in onto the 1 versus 1 post-plants. Now, where is Phelps going to be? He can be in so many different positions. This takes a lot of guesswork from Spitty, a lot of deduction. Great angle there from Phelps by Forklift. Finds the frag onto Spitty. Very hard position. 12-2. But it's still 12 rounds. It's crazy how much damage Mousesports have done on this first half.
Immortals, they're on the way to giving themselves a fighting chance. We move into the last round of the first half, and we finally see some issues with the economy of Mousesports. Dennis with the FAMAS, Nico with the UMP, Chris J, we'll see if he's got more than a Deagle once they get running. No, he's just down to the Deagle. So Immortals are giving themselves a fighting chance. If they can win this round, which looks reasonably likely, all things considered, if they can win that and win the pistol, then who knows? Who knows? Never over until it's over. Although this would be quite a comeback. Phelps got to be careful with his angle. You see, Spitty, if he just looks at the vent, he wouldn't see him. More about that later. This Bolt's going to ring his teammate's bell, but they've got the kills. That's what's important.
So far, it's looking pretty good here for Immortals, despite losing a couple players. There's players all over the place, but the bomb needs to be collected here. Oh, that is really annoying. And there is a lot of space here for Christian to pick up a gun, and he does have Kevlar helmet and 100 health as well, so I don't know if there's a kit somewhere for him to pick up, but Christian can get some work done here. Not going through any weapons, or is there one on the floor here? Maybe there is an AK on the floor there for Christian. He's picked up the AK. And now there's trouble for the Immortals side, but perhaps not. Bolts takes him down. 12-3, though. That is a very sad state of affairs for the Brazilians. I have no idea how they're going to come back from this.
3 rounds. There is opportunity for Immortals. There is. Now, you see Phelps, if you're going to stand that tight to the vent, you have to crouch. Otherwise, you won't see the CT. If the roles are swapped, if Spitty looks at the vent, and the guy in the vent's not crouching, he can see him. He can see his entire body. But the guy in the vent can't see the guy on the low ground. That is, if you remember when FM Pwn updated the vents to those new vents from Nuke, that is the change. You need to know that stuff. Otherwise, it could cost you a round. Normally, we have 2 teams facing off, but it's all Mousesports in that half. Lowell and Spitty up there with the kills. Will it continue, though? The pistol round is coming our way. And again, Immortals, they have opportunity, but really it will come down to winning the pistol.
Yeah, it's been a great performance across the board for the Mousesports side so far. And yeah, as you can see there, it's a 2-1 under the teams. You know, it's first to 3. If you lose 3, you're done. So another team is done. But again, you qualify if you win this match, if you're Mousesports or Immortals. So it's a very, very important match, especially if you're Mousesports, to just get that over with and get the qualification done and not have to go to the final game. That is just absolutely the goal. So Mousesports are set up well to do this, and Immortals are on the CT side now as well, which is a little bit, it's a bit scary because you're at the mercy of what the Ts decide to do, what Mousesports decide to do. Especially
on the pistol round.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So you do wonder, I mean, Henny's got that spawn that Chris J had earlier. He's got pretty much the forwardmost spawn on the CT side. So maybe he's got a smoke and a defuse kit, but maybe he goes for a peek towards A main. Maybe they take gambles. They don't have flashbangs. Phelps and Lucas, though, they have not bought just yet, so maybe they'll pick some up and flash a teammate in, but they might feel like they need some early information. In fact, it's all Kevlar apart from Henny. But again, he's got the forward spawn, so I'm really curious to see if he goes towards A main to get that early info, maybe an early headshot. Nope, he's going towards B instead.
Here we go. Second half pistol round. Immortals really need this. They got a smoke and a kit on Henny. Everyone else with the Kevlars and Mousesports, they're going to go for their classic boost into mid straight away. Phelps will hear this, and they're going to have good tabs as to what they're doing, but they're playing a retake, are Immortals. So, Phelps is going to peek out connector. Oh, he gets caught from the side. Thought he was safe. That's a bad look for the Immortals side. Already down 2 men.
That setup from Mousesports, almost like a bait in that situation. Dennis with great play, and he's pretty much closed out the round unless Henny's going to get 5 headshots. Has not revealed his position just yet. There's the first one. Can they find any more? 2 players facing him from the car position, but they don't need to offer themselves. They don't need to duel at ranges that favor that USP. They've all still got Glocks. They know where he is. They've got the numbers game. They can just bide their time and allow Henny to come to them. Have the odd look here and there. Henny can be wallbangs from that position. Maybe not with a Glock, though. but there is a panel, so it's a terrible place for CTs to save. And indeed, he is forced to come to the range of Mousesports, and they continue to scream. They're going to lose their voices by the end of this game.
I have to say that Mousesports, it's good that right now what we just saw was nobody actually trying to close the distance or like tried to challenge, as you were saying, because when you're 4 versus 1 like that, and it's like 1 CT, and you're like, oh, we've won this round. As an exercise of discipline, to see them not overextend is great. That's a very good sign, actually. So 13-3, and Immortals with the force buy. So the first test for Mousesports after that pistol round, the first one of the first more real tests is how good is their anti-force buy today?
And he's left himself with 1,200. 300 shy of what you would normally have on the CT side when you're looking to buy an AWP later on. So perhaps it will be AWP, no armor, or at least no helmets. Definitely no helmets. Unless he can pick up a kill. 1 minute 20, Mousesports taking it slow. We saw some nice anti-eco executes on overpass from Cloud9. Perhaps we will see one from Mousesports as well. They have a ton of utility, fair amount of Molotovs as well. Do wonder if they'll head towards the A side. They've got lurkers towards both sides for the time being, just keeping tabs on Immortals and their map control. Less than a minute now, using sub-Molotovs as a deterrent. Maybe that will draw people towards mid as well. 2 players on B, 1 on the highway as well for the CT side, so rotation can be swift.
I like how Immortals are not offering themselves up too easily, forcing Mousesports to go for the play onto the bomb site. That said, the majority of Immortals are towards A, so this is a great pick from Mousesports. Straight into the B bomb site. Lucas has been good with the deagle, but can't find any Nico-like clutch shots just yet, but maybe I spoke too soon there. Lucas does get himself a headshot onto Chris J, slows down the push. The bomb is yet to be planted. So a few issues here for Mousesports so far. Still quite salvageable, though, into a round victory, and Spitty will get himself a good plant that is visible from B storage, and will stay alive towards that position.
Steele and Henny, nothing to lose, everything to gain. Dennis in one of those off angles that always takes you by surprise. Spots ahead, but can he get a kill? He's being double peeked now. Steele with a frag. And Lowell's got all of 10 HP. Spitty has to deliver. There's the 1 kill. Now he can play the trade frag situation with his teammate. They've got the crossfire on the site. Steele running out of time to defuse the bomb. Mousesports continue their battle cries round after round after round.
2 more and they are home free, and all they'll have to think about is preparing for that big old major in January 2017. It's going to be towards the end of January.
I went past the Fox Theatre yesterday. It is vintage, it is classic, it's gorgeous, and it's glorious.
And that is where they will get to play. They win 2 more rounds against Immortals here, and there's plenty of opportunities to do so. They have such a lead.
R. Kelly's there afterwards.
Oh, is he?
I won't be there, but, you know.
No life.
So some of you can stay a bit longer if you know, it's R. Kelly.
Double Mac 10 for Mousesports in this round. Although actually only Henny has no helmet. Everyone else has helmets, so Mac 10s won't be too effective. Maybe they expected a save here or something, I don't know, but Double Mac 10 will not be too amazing, I don't think. But we'll have to see how it comes into play. Mousesports, they have lots of options they can go with. Just just running a set piece after playing somewhat passively towards the start onto the A-bomb site with their current positions would be completely perfect. Be fine to do that. They've got loads of mollies.
Slow start from Mousesports. They do not want to make any errors, or at least want to minimize them as best they can. They've done a good job so far. 14-3 to score tells a story. Dennis holding down main for the time being. Steele with a long-range UMP spray, only good for the 1 kill. He will, of course, get traded. Lucas and Henny remain. 1 UMP, 1 pistol on this Immortal side. Dennis likely to go down of only 3 HP, but Nico's there for support. The nade, though, will take Henny down somewhat prematurely as far as he's concerned. And now Lucas got himself a 1 deke. There's a potential flank coming in, or at least that player, Spitty, can just wait on the highway position. He can be the first to peek. As soon as one person engages, as soon as there's contact, we're going to see at least a double peek, maybe a triple Lucas repositioning to short maybe, but he doesn't have the range for this, so he's really out of options. This is a horrible situation for him to be in, and now they are facing 12 match points versus Mousesports.
I'm pretty sure that they can hear that. This excited Mousesports side. It's pretty cool to see.
They are 1 round away from the major.
1 round away, indeed. It's got to feel good. But they still got to take it over the line. And they have all the cash to do that with. They have, of course, to contend with a terrible buy. Just pistols, just a UMP is the only automatic weapon beside the CZ, I suppose. So right now, it's just the Immortals are really hard pressed. They're desperate. And they're going to try to push B storage. Perhaps they've got 2 players there. They're actually maybe they're not going to push. It's going to set up aggressively. And Spitty is in a position where he can definitely capitalize with ZK. At the same time, Mousesports are occupying A main.
Speaking of A main, Phelps has jumped off the boost and he's taken Chris J down. Spotted a bomb as well, but he can't really hold it there. Low in a position to trade, keep the weapons away from the Immortals team. Pop Flash comes in, but Pulse can't find the right angle. And now the opportunity has come and gone. He cannot afford to go again towards lower. More trades towards B-Box like this time, but they're all in favor of Mousesports. It's Henny between Mousesports and the Major, the only man standing. Bomb being planted on A. No weapons for him to collect. Spiddy on the flank. And he could take him by surprise if his timing is good. And he can't find a headshot though. He's going to get dinked through the corner. 30 HP. Spiddy blind, but he's got support coming in. And it's Lowell to get that last frag. 16-3. Elation in Mousesports. They have made it to the major in Atlanta.
That is awesome to see such result, but very unexpected as well. Immortals, they got off to a bad start.